Hey there, if you're pondering to yourself, what internals do I need to get to 600 wheel horsepower in a 350Z, then this video will help you out. So the first things that come to mind when you're building a motor are pistons and rods. Well, there's going to be a lot more parts that you're going to end up needing to buy, and here's a little list and what I've bought already just to let you know and to give you a little bit of idea of what you're going to be looking for. The first item I bought was Brian Crower connecting rods. These rods are Brian Crower ARP 2000 rod bolt Brian Crower rods. These rods will be plenty enough to hold 600 wheel horsepower and should hold plenty more. These rods are rated at an excess of 200 horsepower per rod per cylinder, and I will definitely be okay with using these at 600 horsepower. The next item I bought was Carrillo Pistons. These pistons are forged aluminum. These are top of the line pistons. These have been known to hold over 1,000 horsepower in many applications. As far as bolts go, you're going to need L19 head studs. I wouldn't advise getting regular ARP head studs because they are known to lift heads at over 500 horsepower. However, I am plenty comfortable using the standard ARP bolts for my main studs as they have no problems in the past. There's a lot of head gaskets to choose from on the market. I decided to go with the Brian Crower head gasket because I have seen these head gaskets hold up in many 2,000 horsepower and whatnot builds from GTRs, and the VR38 head gaskets are very similar to the VQ35 head gaskets. So I went with this gasket even though it's not super well known in the VQ community. I know that Brian Crower is top of the line stuff, and I will be sure to be safe using them for my build. I also picked me up a Mishimoto thermostat and a Gates water pump. Gates is a fantastic brand, and I would recommend it to anyone on almost any parts in the aftermarket scene, as they are a lot of makers of OEM parts anyway. As far as other gaskets go, I pretty much went with nothing but OEM on every gasket in the rest of the motor. I wanted to make sure fitment was perfect because I do not want to have to open up this motor again for slight error in any manufacturing process. I picked up an OEM Nissan gasket kit. It comes in at only around $370, and it's pretty much every gasket you're going to need for the motor. I also went with a OEM timing chain kit that you can get off of Concept Z or other websites. It's about $378, but beware, as in the picture, it does not contain the camshaft gear chain tensioners, which you're probably going to want anyway. So you're looking at around $500, $600 for the full OEM timing chain kit. I also got my heads fully rebuilt, doing a 3-angle valve grind and reseating the valves. These came out amazing, and I'm sure happy I did it because I will have a great compression when I put on my new motor, and I won't have to worry about rebuilding these ever again. If your motor has anything over 50,000 miles and you're putting it back together, I would highly recommend just getting your heads rebuilt so you'll never have to touch them for a long time. Well, that's pretty much all the parts I used for my build. There is some others, but they're not as significant to include in this. If you also have built a 350Z motor and you have chosen parts, I'm wondering why you chose those parts. I chose these parts because I've done extensive research and I feel they are suited best for my application. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you like any more of my videos, please check them out. And as always, thank you for coming and checking out my channel.